Let's talk about Blocks of Bitcoin by RuneScape Labs. I'm providing you this introduction to share just how this minimally sized team has for the past 5 months humbly been building and sharing quality tools and educational content to all of those interested in exploring and creating on Bitcoin, ordinals, and the metaverse. This began earlier this year in the month of May when RuneApe.sats chose to use the Bitcoin halving as an inaugural launch point. This was totally unannounced and 100% free for the culture. He generously began the distribution process of 777 runescapes by using a stealth airdrop mechanism. Over the course of a few weeks that followed, the team began deploying some building tools they had created and made them freely available to any holder in a very low populated Discord. These were available for anyone to use to begin learning and building on temporary web-based parcel-sized plots. Amongst these tools was a custom 3D editor/viewer, a custom explorer of indexed retrievable 3D objects, an overall district viewer, and a 3D bitmap upgrade parent-child parceling interface, along with some other useful tools and features. This is all while coding for a on-chain infrastructure of metaverse proportions was getting tackled by the big brains, which, of course, is the end goal. Now, due to this project's offering an elevated degree of quality and functionality, this introduction will need to be broken down in multiple small segments in order to better convey and increase the understanding of blocks of Bitcoin's function, relevance, complexity, and general overall value. With that being said, I thought about making this segment about the collectibles themselves. I could easily point out details highlighting the skill, craftsmanship, and love that went into the true to Bitcoin historical Bitfeed visual representation design concept, or the lore and significance of the intentional provenance structured foundation of the collection's three parents, or any of the block drop mechanisms and self-indexing functionality, or even get into the facts about the dynamic on-chain rendered image that is interoperable with an array of built-in features, and maybe dabble in the technical considerations involved in designing them out and making them fundamentally unique on every level. However, I'm not going to get into any of that, and instead I'll skip that for now and come back to that in a different segment, because let's be honest, how many people, say out of 100, actually have the knowledge to appreciate these details enough to know they are significant and likely to be important details in the future when it comes down to obtaining and maintaining value? I'd say that most are often distracted by there always being a seemingly endless printer of shiny new collectibles out there available in many different sizes, styles, and categories. If you've been entertained in the space long enough, you know that after the initial purchase, it generally doesn't take long to have a reoccurring thought of what next. So instead, seeing as there's been a clear indication on the timeline that many are looking to acquire beneficial education of various degrees, I'm going to fast forward and get into sharing what is next with a benefiting plot twist, because what is actually happening now with blocks of Bitcoin is absolutely what's next. So let's get over and check out the main building tool.